We got a brand new show that's breaking all the rules. Started out from BA and
now we on the move.
from local to global, cause we
We got something to prove.
We came
From the bottom, now we at the tippy top.
to hold it down for our people,
Cause we all we got.
This is cold world, but we keeping it hot. With our future on the line, ain't no time to stop. All work over here, still we having fun. Yeah, we say it like it is, ain't no holding our tongue. Go get us on the team, yeah, we getting it done. And shout out to Travell, yo, you number one. It started with a dream that turned into a vision. To educated new generations is our mission. Ears to the streets, yeah, we steady politicking. If it ain't about to change, mind your business.
Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top picks like we all up on the ground with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute.
Wave your hands with it. Wait again a minute.
Wave your hands with it. We top picks like we all up on the ground with it.
I like that.
Yo, what up? This your boy Super K from Super Sound Lounge, rocking with your favorite podcast, Wait Again a Minute. Listed on all platforms, iTunes, Google Play, Tidal, Spotify. Y'all already know the vibe. Tune in.
Welcome to another episode of Wait Again a Minute podcast. Today is Thursday, June the 2nd, 2022. Before we get started, y'all, I have to give a big shout out to my mother. Today is her 60th birthday.
Oh,
And what's so
happy
crazy
birthday.
is I feel like we have grown up together. This is like crazy.
Happy birthday.
But thank God for allowing her to see 60 times around the sun. So also, we had a little technical difficulties, but guess what? We're gonna roll on anyway. So today we have another special guest. First, now you know what? Let me interrupt this right quick because Miss Go to get us in here. She had all this makeup on, y'all. Like
She
so
looked cute.
Don't say I have on makeup. This is natural right here. I don't have on makeup. This is just natural.
matter of fact, let me put the camera on you because I want people to
She
see.
looked cute. Ow,
Okay.
come on, red lip.
So anyway, we want you guys to share this episode tonight as you normally do every Tuesday and Thursday. And again, we do have a special guest host tonight. And so we're gonna get up in her business and find out what she has going on, who she is, and all of that good stuff. So we thank you for accepting our invitation, madam. We
Thank
definitely
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So how was your weekend?
It was good. I'm always chilling.
Okay, good. Okay.
Chilling.
Ida. Let's go get it. So how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. What did I do? I don't remember my weekend. How about that?
You don't remember your
Thinking
weekend.
Oh,
too.
what did I do? Oh, well, I'm going to just say it was good. I'm still here. So,
Right.
hey.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm
God
here.
is-
So,
God is good. Her eyes are open.
yes.
That's-
yes.
That's a plus.
Yes.
That's a plus. And then another plus is you're in your right mind.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So anyway, Miss Go Getter. So what we got going on tonight?
Well, tonight we have Miss Tamiya Davis. Let's see. This is my girl right here, but let's
Yes.
see. You still doing longshoreman?
I am.
She's a longshoreman. She's an author. She's a builder, a manager. What else you do, Tamiya?
I'm a promoter now.
Oh, okay. And now she's a promoter. But we're gonna let her go into everything because I'm sure I probably forgot something. So we're gonna let Tamiya introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners tonight.
How y'all doing out there? Wait a
good.
minute,
Wait a minute.
family.
Wait a minute. Let me stop right there. Because did she not just sound like she was on the midnight love
You
train
know, I'm gonna tell you,
on the
my,
radio?
my voice is a little raspy these last couple of days,
Yeah.
so you know, just got to kind of keep it peaceful. But but
Okay.
hey, wait again, a minute, family
Yeah.
podcast. I'm so proud of you. I'm gonna give the proud of you in a second, but thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I know we tried to get this done. This like the third date we didn't try to come together with,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But we made it. We put it together, and I'm here. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I'm excited.
You're
I'm
welcome. You're welcome.
excited for this next couple minutes.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
But wait, I want to say congratulations to you. Congratulations to Gam. Congratulations to you because this is a big step for you.
Mhm.
And you know, like you said, we've been friends for many, many moons.
Mhm.
And for you to step out on faith and do a podcast
Mhm.
and talk to people.
Yeah, because you was like, "Come on, we're gonna do that." I'm like,
so
I do the background,
Listen,
girl.
it's a blessing because my girl, she don't do no talking to people.
Mm-mm.
She's very quiet, laid back, but just believe she is CEO. So congratulations to you.
Thank
I'm very
you.
proud of you.
Thank you. Thank
Absolutely.
So let's jump right on into Maya. So,
Yes.
other than all your different jobs,
Mm.
tell us your different jobs and how do you manage your different jobs?
Oh, um, first is God, of
Mhm.
course. A lot of prayer,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of if you want the truth, a lot
Mhm.
of juggling in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of should I's, a
Yeah.
lot of pros and cons. I'm so old school. I still use
Yeah.
notebook and paper.
Oh
And I write,
wow.
yeah, I
Yeah.
write out my pros and cons.
Okay.
I have an assistant named Candace. She has a company called C3 Concierge, and she helps me a lot as well. Keep my things balanced, keep
Mhm.
everything I have going on balanced, and
So prior
that's
to
it.
that, how were you doing it though? Prior to getting Candace.
Just stepping out on faith and believing in myself, wanting to try things.
Yeah.
Knowing that it was more than just working a 9 to 5 for
Mhm.
me. This year will make 23 years as a longshoreman.
Mhm.
And I love being a longshoreman. Like, hey, all my ILA union brothers and sisters. I love being a longshoreman. I really do. But I always knew that there was more for me. I
Mhm.
always knew that I wanted to be my own boss and
Mhm.
a CEO. And,
Mhm.
I knew that I wanted more money. And I
Okay.
also knew that I always tell people and I always say, one thing about it is your boss will never pay you to live in his neighborhood. And I
Whoa.
understood that. And I knew that there was neighborhoods, there was things, there was vacations, there was
Mhm.
houses, there was trips, there was money in the bank that I wanted
Mhm.
that I had to go out there and get and become a CEO to go get it.
Okay. So let's go back some to the beginning of Tamaya
Mm,
because we know that your one of your jobs that you have now
yeah.
or one of your titles is author.
Yes.
And as author,
Best-selling author.
okay, say that
Congratulations.
again, boo. My girl
Best-selling
is a what?
author. Best-selling author. Best-selling author. I don't know which one y'all at, but
Yeah,
I hope y'all see it.
yeah. So the book is basically
Yes.
about
Yes.
Tamaya from the beginning.
Yes.
So take us back to the beginning
Okay. Yes. So
before you became the longshoreman, before you became, the CEO
and a
of
mother.
multiple
Yeah. So my book
businesses.
is called From Fatal to Fears. And it just I basically took it back to being a child and, being poor and not knowing that I was poor
Mhm.
because my family had so much love in the house.
Mhm.
Because the house was so everybody know you had the couch with the plastic on it,
Oh
and
my
that
God,
meant
we were talking about it the other
yeah,
day.
you had the couch with the plastic on it, and I didn't know that block piece of cheese that my grandmother and my mom was cutting up was
Right.
because we had government
Uh-huh.
assistance. I didn't know that that milk that my grandmother had to mix with water meant something.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
So that's what my book just takes it back to explain that I'm yeah everyday girl just like everybody else.
Mhm.
Sometimes everybody feels a little misunderstood.
Right.
I definitely feel that way sometimes. And I basically took it back from a car accident that I was in years ago.
At what age?
I was 19. I
Okay.
just had my son, and I was in a really bad car accident. I had you remember Kings Dominion
Mhm.
college weekend back in
Yeah.
the day, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
So
Every weekend trying to get up there to
listen.
Kingston.
So
Every college.
we are fashion
Mhm.
girls, right?
Mhm.
Shantae and I connected because we like them threads. We like, girl, you fly. You know what I mean? So back in the day, I tried to speed it up. Back in the day, I tried to go to I did go to Potomac Mills to go shopping.
Mhm.
Everybody knows in this area, you go to Potomac Mills to go
Yeah.
shopping before Kings Dominion.
Right.
And I went out of town. I had met these guys while I was there. So I'm from Baltimore.
Okay.
And I moved here, years ago. I was born here, but my father was a student at Morgan State University,
Okay.
and then he became a coach
Mhm.
at Morgan State University
Okay.
for basketball, wrestling, and football.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That's
So
good.
so we were there. So
Mhm.
basically I grew up in Baltimore.
Okay.
So my family, I still have family that lives up that way.
Okay.
And I used to go back and forth when I was younger, jump on the road
Mhm.
when I wasn't supposed to. So just being bad.
Right.
But make a long story short, I went out of town. I met these guys. So when I went back that time to go shopping, I called them like, yo, and I went to a phone booth. Everybody
wow.
out here.
And that's so
I'm
funny that you
taking
say
y'all
that.
back.
Right.
I went to a phone booth.
Right.
Yes, I love my age, y'all. We seasoned. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, but anyway, I went to a phone booth to call them. Hey, what's up? Anyway, make a long story short, I went to party with them. They was like, we having a house party. So me and my girlfriends, we in the car, we go to the house party. Now, before we left, my homegirl in the car at the time, she kept saying, like, let's not leave, let's not go. And I got to tell you this part so I can fast forward it. She was like, let's not go.
Right.
And I was like, nah, let's go, just being bad,
Mhm.
being grown. I'm popping, My dad had just got me a new car. He had just bought me a 626 Mazda.
I remember
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah,
So
those
I'm
626s.
hot. I'm
Yeah.
popping, like, nah, let's go. We out. So we get on the road, we go out there, whatever. So when we get to the house party, these guys, they take the keys, they take my car keys from me because one of the guys, he was a hater. And I wish I don't even know his name anymore, but yeah, he's a hater. And he was upset that me and the girls, we wasn't trying to kick it with him.
Right.
Okay.
He took the keys from us and he left. And when he left
With your keys?
with the keys.
Oh, no.
So, I mean, you could read the book for sure, but he
Yeah.
left with the keys basically. So it took us hours to end up finding this guy. I'm talking about I'm in there, I'm fighting, I'm mad, I'm cursing the guys out like I need my keys, like yo, I'm telling you I'm about to tear this house up. Somebody better get my doggone keys, because back then I was a little feisty. I mean, you couldn't say nothing to me. I would climb through your window. Like we doing all of that, So I'm like, yo, I need my keys, like, so anyway, make a long story short, we end up finding the guy hours later and I got my keys back. But it's late in the mid-morning at this point. And I just had my son.
Right.
So I got to get home,
Yeah.
So me and the girls, we get in the car, we driving on the interstate, and then we jump in the car and we end up stopping. Y'all know that sign and when you're driving from Maryland and it got the big love sign.
Yeah.
To the right, the big white love sign. We stopped there, put some water on our face. And my homegirl, she's like, you got to drive from here, basically. So when I get in the driver's seat, y'all, I really don't remember a lot. I just remember jamming to some good music. I remember listening to Faith because, I really, that was it, right? We listen to Biggie, we listening to everything, and we listening to music to get home.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember it, but I just fell asleep. And when I woke up, I just remember this real big hard jerk to my body.
Yeah.
And later I find out that I fell asleep and I hit a tractor trailer and my car flipped up in the air, ended up on the back of a pickup truck and slid 6 miles down the road with me halfway out the car. And from that, you got to read the book.
Right.
But God definitely sent his angel. And if you can look at the cover, this is exactly where the accident had happened, like a couple exits away from my house, actually. So God really sent his angel to save me because it was this man that came. And that was why I had to tell you the first part. But it was this man that had came and he like kind of hovered over me, and I'm frantic because I'm young, I'm 19. I want to get up, like I need to get up, I need to get my son, because that's the last thing in my mind. I remember I need to get my son, and I he's like, just he's very calm. He's like, just follow my voice, you'll be okay. And I'm like, but I need to get my son. And he's like, you have to follow my voice and you'll be okay.
That was nobody but God right there.
Right.
What's so crazy is, y'all, nobody ever seen this man but me.
Wow.
What?
Until I wrote this book. My father, I go to interview my father when I write this book because I finally feel like it's time for me to write it. Like, it's really time for me to write this book because, I have scars. People need to understand, like, I have a disability. I'll never be able, I never really show my hand, but I will never be able to use my left hand again. As much as I do, I couldn't use my left hand since what, how many ever years ago that was?
Yeah.
It's 97. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I didn't raise the son and everything. You know, they told my parents I'll be a vegetable. I'll never be able to walk. They said I'll never, you know, I have a learning disability. And I didn't graduated from Old Dominion University, had
Right.
multiple businesses.
Right.
My son has graduated from Salisbury University. You know, he's a longshoreman now. He has a business. So don't ever go with what people say that you
That's
can't
right.
do.
God
I don't
has the
care,
last
even
say.
if it's a doctor.
That's
Right.
right.
You know, and I love my doctor. He did all 30 surgeries, but God had a different plan.
30
30?
surgeries.
Yes. But that's the point in me telling y'all in the beginning. Sometimes when you hear, when I told y'all the story about when my girlfriend kept saying that maybe we shouldn't go, maybe we shouldn't
Right.
go. You know, at the time at 19 years old, I didn't realize that it was God that was telling me, you need to sit your butt down. You don't
Yeah.
need to go. You
Right.
know, I didn't know that
And she was hearing the voice and she was telling you.
and she was telling me and I wasn't listening. So, you know, when you hear things, you know, like they say a woman's instinct, you know, people instinct, like go with
Yeah.
it. Go with it.
Go with it.
Yeah.
Go with
Wow.
it. It can save you.
So
Yeah.
so you saying this man was all over you, but
Yes.
the other young ladies in the
Oh,
car with you, none of them.
So yeah, so the when I all those years I used to tell everybody about this man with this black leather bomber jacket and a white t-shirt. And I was telling everybody about him. But everybody always looked at me like I was crazy. Like you could read the book.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
my cousin Keisha, everybody, you know, a couple people I have that had to put a chapter in this book because I had so many surgeries. I don't remember everything. So that's why you see a couple chapters from other people so they can tell you, you know, the perspective
Yeah.
of what I was going through. But everybody was like, no, I don't know who this man is, Tamiya. Like, nobody knew this man. But when I interviewed my father about my book, I was like, Daddy, can you tell me some things that you remember that I was going through at this
Right.
time? And he was like, yeah, when I got to the hospital, you know, I was asking where my daughter was. He said he was frantic, like, where's my daughter? Where's my daughter, y'all? And he said that the whole time I'm laying right there beside him, but he keeps walking past the bed because I don't even look like his daughter. I don't look like his daughter.
Yeah.
If you look in this book, you can basically see almost my brain in here. Like it was
Yeah.
that much that was taken off, right? So so my dad goes, he says, yeah, so when I get there, I'm looking for you. I'm asking everybody, like, where's my daughter? Where's my daughter? He said, and this man walks up to me. He said, this here it is right here.
Yeah. I
I'll
saw
show
that. Yeah. I
everybody.
read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, this man walks up to me and he says, he said, this man walks up to me and he goes, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, this man walks up to me and he said, your daughter is an angel. Like she helped save her friends. Cause I ended up helping save one of my friends that was in the car at the time. You got to read the book to find out how.
Yeah.
But he's like, he walked up and said, your daughter's an angel. And she, you know, she helped her friend out, even though, you know, what she was going through. And he just wanted to make sure that she was okay. Like, you know, that she was okay before he left. And I was like, Daddy, what that man have on? He was like, a black leather jacket. He's like, a black leather jacket. And I was like, wait, did he have a white t-shirt on? He was like, yeah, he did. He had a white shirt on. I still kept that recording, y'all. I still have my dad's recording because I was recording him so I don't forget.
Right.
I have a memory problem from the accident.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know. I have a very bad memory problem, you know, so I have to jot things down. That's why I have my assistant. I have to write things down. I have to remind myself, you know. But so I said, Daddy, did this man have blood on his shirt? And he was like, no. I was like, that's the man that saved me. This is the man that I've been talking about all these years. Like, I said, you sure he didn't have like blood all over his shirt? And I'm asking this because this man took his jacket off and laid his jacket over top of me to keep me from shivering from cold. That's why I know it was God. Because how this man's shirt is not bloody.
Right.
How did this man find my father? And how 20 years later, I'm having a conversation with my
He
father.
remembers that
All
man.
these years,
Full
my
circle,
father been in my life all my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't missed a day without my father.
Right.
And now all of a sudden, you tell me about this angel that I've been
That
looking
is,
for. God is real.
and nobody else out there
And that's
remember
why
this man. What about when the ambulance and them pulled up? They didn't see this man. The police.
I don't remember because they had to fly me in. It
Okay.
was so bad they had to bring the helicopter and fly me in. But I just know that throughout the years, nobody knew about this. Everybody was looking at me like I was crazy until I had this interview with my father about this book, and I was like, knew it. I was like,
You know
God,
it, yeah.
Mhm.
I love you.
Yeah.
So
You
now let
sent
me
them.
ask you this:
Yes.
30 going through those surgeries, like, can you inform us of where your mental was at, like then? Like,
Yeah.
what were you going through during those
I used to
during those
ask my
times?
dad all the time, why didn't God let me die? I used to always ask that.
Why?
I wanted to, because I was going through so much. I was 19,
Right.
and I thought I was
In the
cute.
prime,
I thought I
yeah.
was fly,
Mhm.
like I was spoiled for real. Like
Yeah.
they in Baltimore, they used to call me sport because I had all the sneakers. Like I
Uh-huh.
was super duper fly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I always loved to dress. Like keep
Right.
it real. Like I
Yeah.
always loved to dress,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So at 19, if something like that happens to you, it's like, what you mean? Like I'm
That's
gonna be
when your
crippled for
vanity
the rest of
comes
my
out.
life, right? I'm not gonna be able to
Yeah.
walk. I got a baby. He's an infant. I can't hold him. Every time, my parent, I couldn't hold him because both my hands was bandaged up. So every time my parents would lay him on my body, he would cry, 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 like he would not stop
Take you.
crying.
Right.
And we asked my doctor, like, why is it? Because I couldn't hold him because both my hands
Right.
was messed up. And the doctor said he doesn't know that she is his mother anymore because I had so
Wow.
much medication in my body. An infant smells their
Yeah.
mother.
Yep.
That's their
So they were smelling
connection.
your
He
medication.
smelled my medication. He didn't smell me anymore. So he wouldn't. So my parents had to step in and be my son's parents. Yeah.
So how did that make you feel though?
I
So
was
that's
very
one of the
depressed.
things why you was asking your father.
Yes, I went through a lot of depression. I went through a lot of self-hate.
Mhm.
I went through a lot of just thinking that I wasn't gonna make it.
Yeah.
You
And see,
know?
that comes back to one of those things because now we look at you
Yeah.
and people looking on the outside,
Yeah.
they
They have
would
no clue.
never
They have no
think
clue.
that or put that to you,
And
attach it to
I
you.
still battle.
Right.
That's why everybody see these bangs. Everybody see me. Y'all been seeing these bangs for years. I always say that my book is the story behind the bangs.
Mhm.
I still have scars to this day. I have makeup on, but I have scars all over my head, scars all over my hands, scars all over my arms. I have scars on every part of my body, my legs, my butt, my side, my everything.
Yeah.
I have scars
But the
everywhere.
main thing is you're here
I am here.
and you have accomplished a lot
I
since
have.
then.
Yes.
And your scars
Yes.
should just be a constant reminder
Reminder,
of who
mhm.
God is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it is,
Definitely.
but I'm still human,
Yeah.
Right.
and I get tired of wearing bangs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People feel like you could, but it's my
But it's
thing,
about
it's my
you.
insecurity
Yeah.
thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I am working on something right now. I have this surgery coming up. I have another surgery coming
So would
up.
this be your 31st surgery?
It will be. I have another surgery coming up, and this one right here, I got to pay out of pocket. It's a little big to check it more. They asking the girl for a little bit, but right here in the front, hey, this is way to get a minute. So let's
Yeah.
talk. Let's talk
Yeah.
real, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my
Absolutely.
girl. So here's the
That's right.
exclusive. No,
Yeah,
just-
yeah. With the exclusive.
Right,
Come on with
right,
the
right.
exclusive,
But
boo.
so right here to the right, like where the scar was,
Mhm.
everything had got kind of,
Mhm.
off.
Yeah.
And they had to cut it even back even more. So
Mhm.
my hair, it's hard for my hair to grow like in this certain
Mhm.
area. So I'm getting this hair transplant thing done. I'm
Mhm.
going to DC to John Hopkins.
Okay.
And
You doing
yes.
rich folk
Oh yeah,
stuff.
you gotta go
Oh,
spend them
she doing
coins.
That's
rich
right.
folk stuff.
When you want it right, you gotta spend the coins, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm going to John Hopkins, and they're gonna do this hair transplant thing
Mhm.
that they will take hair from the back of my head
Mhm.
and knit it up here in the front
Mhm.
so that I can have my bangs grow back in,
Mhm.
and I can
Oh,
start
wow.
wearing my
Then
own
you can
hair.
wear your own hair.
Right.
Yeah, and then after that, I go back and they're gonna try to fill in the coloration
Mhm.
in my forehead, and then because I don't have an eyebrow on this
Mhm.
right side from the
Mhm.
accident, so they're gonna rebuild that. So I got a couple things coming up, and I'm pretty. I make sure y'all still don't see. Listen, these bangs got a leg right, but
Yeah.
no, but really,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's it. Like I said, I still deal with insecurities, and I still deal with depression. I still deal with sadness and
Mhm.
everything. When you go
Yeah.
through something
Yeah.
so traumatic, it's hard to just walk
Yeah.
away from that trauma.
Mhm.
I had to apologize to my son. years ago, not long ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, I apologized to
Mhm.
him because when I was going through depression, I was going through a roller coaster of being mad,
Mhm.
not
Right.
knowing why I'm mad, snapping off,
Mhm.
yelling or,
Mhm.
checking him when I probably shouldn't have been, he just
Mhm.
being a kid. And I had
Mhm.
to apologize and explain to him, like, mom really went through something traumatic. And when
Mhm.
something happens to somebody's head that's
Oh yeah, that's something
detrimental,
that can affect a whole lot
it
of
does.
things. Your
Even when you don't
behavior,
know. Yes.
your thought process.
Yes.
Like you said, you having memory issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I
Yes.
will say you like Miss Go Getter said, you definitely don't look like what you've been through.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
it's a testament again to where you've come from.
Right.
Yes.
But like have you ever when you were going through that time, did you ever seek counseling?
Yes, I still do.
Okay.
I have a therapist that I talk to every 2 weeks.
Oh,
And
nothing's wrong with
yeah,
that girl.
no, I think
Even
that
those that don't have no
yeah,
trauma like that still need one. Cause
yeah,
honey,
yeah,
ooh, just life in general is
yeah.
trauma.
I'm telling you, like, it's nothing wrong with it.
Mm-mm.
When I say
Mm-mm.
it's not, a lot
Mhm.
of people feel like, it's something wrong with having a therapist. Not me.
No. Mm-mm.
Not me.
I
Cause,
think
It's
what's
cause
relaxing sometimes because you're
yeah.
like, oh, I just got that
Yeah.
off my
And what
chest.
I need to get out to somebody
Mm-hmm.
that I'm paying you to never say anything.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I say it to someone that I think is my friend,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And by the time you
everybody
think
out,
they've already told it.
everybody else out there, no, they can finish that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But
Exactly.
Then we
it
just talked about that
Yeah, we did.
privacy.
We
yeah.
did.
Yeah,
But it's
We
actually
did.
good though to have a I think when people say that you know, you shouldn't have a therapist or you shouldn't do this, I think that's been going on for like years. And that's why a lot of things are going on are hitting the surface now because
yes,
growing up in the black families, if you went to a therapist, you were crazy.
yes,
Yep.
You
yes,
know,
absolutely.
Oh, they
but
are crazy. They need a check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll take that too, but I'm gonna still go to this therapist though.
Right, right, right. Yeah,
absolutely.
Right.
yeah.
So now that you say you're still dealing with some side effects from your accident. However, this fast forward now, because now although the doctor said you weren't gonna be able to do this, you weren't gonna be able to do that,
Yeah,
you have passed
Surpassed.
all of that.
yeah. God
And
is good
now,
for sure.
so now let's get into okay,
What's
after
going
all
on?
of that, and now get into you got your job, you graduated ODU,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yes,
got your job with
longshoreman.
longshoremen,
Yeah.
and just go.
And even with that, like my dad that's my hero. Like I love my daddy. That's
Mm.
definitely my
Your
Superman.
daddy's girl.
Listen, no husband could come and take a Superman like that, honey. That's a Superman. Like, but he woke me up one day and he was like, "Get up," because I was feeling bad for
Mhm.
myself. I was, dealing with the kind of guys I probably shouldn't have been dealing with to get them queens.
Look, you gotta do what you gotta do.
So daddy was like, "You about to get up and you about to go work. You about to be a longshoreman." I'm like, "What?" It's like, "Yes, you about to do this." I remember the first day I went out there. And I was like, "I'm not doing this no more." Like I was calling
Yeah.
daddy crying because it was kind of cold. It was kind of chilly that day.
Mhm,
And we was on the water. So I was like, "I'm not doing this more. I don't like this job. I don't want to do this." And at the time I was working for Rudder. Y'all know Rudder Mills now,
mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
But at the time it was Rudder and Montagna. And
Right.
Oh, sure
yeah,
was.
yeah.
Sure
And I was
was.
working for them at the time, honey. After I got that first check, I was like, Rudder. And me and Rudder are still friends to this day.
Okay.
And I was like, it was his father at the time. His father was still living. Rest in peace,
Mhm.
Mr. Rudder. But I was called and I was like, yeah, so my dad got me this longshoreman job because they were the attorneys for longshoremen.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like some of the biggest attorneys for longshoremen,
Okay.
actually. Yeah. And I was like, I won't be coming back, honey. I
Mhm.
looked at that check. I was like, I ain't coming back. I'm ILA. Daddy,
I know that's
look,
right.
daddy signed me up.
Until the end.
Yes,
Yeah.
daddy signed me up. But yeah, so yeah, I started doing the longshoreman thing, and then I started saving my money.
Okay.
I moved out, got my own little place, and um I started a business. I
Mhm.
started the business in Lynn Haven Mall.
Okay, yeah.
And I started that business because everybody might know, some people out here might know, Why Not Autumn Jewelry. I
Mhm.
had a kiosk outside of Victoria's Secret, and I had a kiosk outside of Macy's.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I started that business because I went to the mall one day.
Mhm.
And this is another step out on faith story, y'all.
Mhm.
Sometimes you just gotta believe in yourself. I went to the mall one day and I wanted some jewelry, and I
Mhm.
could not find like a fire piece. But you
Right.
remember back then,
Right.
everybody was wearing the big costume
Mhm.
jewelry
Oh, yeah.
necklaces and
Mhm.
stuff, right? When like it wasn't even love and hip hop. It was ladies, what R&B divas and stuff
Oh yeah,
like
Okay,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
out,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And I couldn't find a piece. So I was like, I'm about to open up a store.
Mhm.
Being me, right? I'm about to open
Mhm.
up a store. Y'all, I ended up opening up a store. I went and met the lady at Lynn Haven Mall, and she was like, have you ever done this before? Y'all, I lied. I was like, yes, I've done this before. She was
Right.
like, oh, well, let me see some pictures of. She said, let me see some pictures of some jewelry pieces that you have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Y'all, I put my phone up in the here. I was like, yes, yes. Y'all, I Googled I Googled fashion jewelry, honey, and I showed her the pieces. I was like, this is one. And I like clicked over images. This is another. Clicked over. Then she was like, oh, yes, that's beautiful. You can do a kiosk.
Yeah.
I was like, I can. Because now, y'all, I don't have no jewelry. I don't have nothing. I don't have no bags. I don't have no workers. I don't have nothing. All I got is faith at this point and a dream. Baby, I went home. I started ordering pieces. I started Googling like fashion jewelry wholesalers. I found that it was a spot in Atlanta. I
Mhm.
caught a flight to Atlanta. Met my cousin Keisha out there because she lives in Atlanta. Shout out Key, my ride or die. Went to Atlanta, y'all. And if everybody knows it's in the fashion world, in the stores and stuff like that. I won't tell everybody's secret, but
Yeah.
Atlanta got the hot spots, right?
Yeah.
You can go get
Mhm.
that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I went to Atlanta and I went and got some stuff, yo. I flew back home, honey. I started me a kiosk just like that. And it worked because even though I just had a dream, I
Yeah.
didn't know. I
Yeah.
didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know nothing about business. I
Yeah.
didn't know, but I just knew that I wanted to,
wanna
right?
do it,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I just knew I wanted to. And I had a little niece at the time. My son's name is Tony, which is Why Not backwards. So that's why
Mhm.
my name on Instagram is Why Not Tamiya, which is
Mhm.
Tony's backwards. And then it's
Mhm.
also like, why not me? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's
Like
right.
Why not?
if everybody else, then why not me? You know?
right.
Yeah.
And then my
Oh.
niece name is Autumn.
Okay.
So it's Why Not Autumn.
Oh,
So that's the name
Okay.
of the business, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And jewelry is beautiful in colors. So autumn is beautiful in colors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it worked. It was like, why not autumn? I was like, that's the name,
Yeah. Oh, that was
Everything is
nice.
very strategic with me. Like if it's being done, trust me, it's been thought out,
Mhm.
But make a long story short, I met Coco.
Mhm.
And Coco from SWV, which is my best friend to this day, and I still work with her. But she started shopping at my store,
Okay.
and the people were the people I had working at my store. They was like, yo, the girl from SWV is shopping at your store,
Mhm.
at the kiosk. Like, she be coming here all the time. I'm like, word, she do? They like, yeah. I'm like, well, I was working longshoreman because
Right.
hey, you got to get the bag. Like, I got to go to the longshoreman and get the money
Yeah.
Yeah.
because this store might not make it, and somebody
Right.
got to pay these bills.
That's
You know
right,
what I'm
right,
saying? So
right.
I'm out there working, but my workers is working the
Yeah.
kiosk, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, hopefully, one day when I get there, I'll see her. Well, I didn't. So I told them, I was like, look, next time she come, this is when Instagram kind of getting popping,
Yeah.
and I'm like, when she comes, can you ask her to post my stuff? Just give her what she wants, but ask
Right.
her, can she post it?
Right.
So she was like, she's like, yeah, sure. Coco's real chill. So she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So she started posting the stuff, right?
Mhm.
So I ended up closing the store because it was hard for me to keep workers.
Workers,
It was
Yeah.
hard. Workers is hard, y'all. Like
Yeah,
good
it
workers.
is.
Trust. Yeah.
It
Good
is.
workers is hard. So it was kind of hard for me to keep a good worker and me work longshoreman, which longshoreman is my bread and butter. So I can't let that go. I gotta
Right.
let the store go. So I went to close the store, y'all, and Coco had found out my people had told her that I was gonna close the store.
Mm-mm.
I happened to be there that one day, and I saw her, and she hugged me. She's like, "Oh my God, I love your stuff. I've been wearing it on on my tours, and
Uh-huh.
that's why I
Mhm.
was like, that's dope. I'm thinking like, oh, I want to
Yeah.
see when. you know,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, that's cool, thanks, you know, I'm
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
oh, you know. But
You like thanks
I'm
when the
fanning
inside.
an inside.
Mhm.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
who ain't sung weak in the
Yeah.
shower? Cut it
Right.
out, right? Like,
Exactly.
Yes.
stop being disrespectful. That's
Yeah.
that's a legend there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, ugh. So I closed Facebook. I check my inbox on Facebook, my messenger, y'all.
Mhm.
Coco inboxes me and goes, I really love your stuff. You know, let's get together and have dinner. You
Oh,
know,
wow.
I'm really proud of you. Like you're a young black lady, you know, doing your thing. Let's meet up and have dinner. And
Okay.
she left me her number. I called my sister. I'm like, girl, Coco left her number in my DMs. Like, well, messenger. It wasn't DMs then. You
Yeah.
know, I gotta go
Yeah.
back. Y'all,
Yeah.
yes, I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
some
yeah.
age to me. Cut it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
But so my sister was like, full call. All
Yeah.
right. Joy, shout out. I love my sister Joy. So she's like,
said
call, you know. So I call her and she's like, let's go eat. Now I'm thinking
Uh-huh.
little ratchet butt. Yeah, Coco, I'm talking about you. But I'm thinking she's gonna be like, let's meet at Ruth Chris, you
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
Hollywood.
Yeah, something real fancy. You thinking
Yeah.
SW, what you gonna want fancy?
Yeah,
Okay.
she was like, girl, where they got the burgers at? Like, I want to get a burger. I'm like,
Like what?
huh? We go to Kelly's. Yeah, no, is it Kelly's? No. What is it on Virginia Beach Boulevard next to the fur place, next to Lowenthal's?
That was Applebee's.
The one across the street from
Ruby
that.
Tuesday.
No, I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, so we go there, we have a burger and fries.
Uh-huh.
But when we sitting there, y'all, she's having conversation with me like, girl, so I gotta get back on this show and I gotta do this and do this. Like, she's like, yeah, so da-da-da. Like she's talking to me like we girlfriends.
Like y'all
for
friends,
years, right?
yeah.
And I'm sitting across from her like just sitting. And she's like, you gotta loosen up. Like, she's like, you gotta loosen up. I was like, okay, cool. We ever since then, like we've been popping.
Yeah.
But the point of me telling y'all that whole story is sometimes you got to step out and believe in yourself.
you do.
And me opening that store, I might not have gotten the money that I wanted.
Mhm.
I might not have gotten the employees that I wanted.
Right.
I might not have gotten, you know, the bigger store. Because at the time it was 9 West down there. Y'all
Yeah,
remember
it
9
was.
West was
It was.
there. And I wanted to open up to a bigger store next to
Mhm.
9 West. Because, you know, I felt like people
Mhm.
was shopping at 9 West.
Yeah.
And then they'll
Come
come
there,
next
yeah.
door. You know, I had
Yeah.
these big dreams.
Yeah.
But what had happened was I met someone that opened more doors,
Doors
for
for
me.
you. Mhm.
And she called me. She was like, hey, you know, would you like to style SWV for the Grammys
Mhm.
with your jewelry? I'm like,
Yeah.
for real? Yeah. She
Oh.
was like, you know, all you got to do is get your flight and I'll get everything else taken care of. I called her back. I called her back within 2 hours, y'all. I was like, I got my flight. She was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
I
you're
had
not
to-
playing,
Yeah.
y'all." So I if y'all go back and look at SWV when they got nominated for Patti LaBelle, If Only You Knew,
Mhm.
only the Grammys, I styled them with the jewelry and stuff like that, and I got to
Okay.
walk the red carpet of the Grammys, and you know, so like it opened doors like that, and then you know, I worked Soul Train Awards, I've worked BET Awards,
Mhm.
I've did all kinds of different things, you know what I'm saying?
and
Just
I'm
by
saying,
that door.
see, you have all these doors opening for
Yeah.
you, but when you first had your accident, you was asking your dad
Yes.
why
Yes.
you didn't die.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Why you still here?
Yes. And he always would tell me,
So
God ain't
now-
finished with you yet.
Right, because now as you walking along this road,
Mhm.
you're getting all these doors open. You're trying to do one thing, but you're getting other doors
Yes.
opening for you that's taking you other routes.
Yes. Yes.
So therefore, your purpose, you're starting to walk into your purpose if you're not
Yes.
already there.
Yes.
You get what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
So therefore, that's the reason why
Yes.
he
Yes.
made
And of
sure
course-
whether you had to have 20
Yeah.
surgeries, 30 surgeries,
Yeah.
or 300 surgeries.
Yes.
He, for one, he saw you through all those surgeries
Yes, he did.
just so you can be here
Yep.
because you're supposed to.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. God
So
is good. I'm
yeah,
telling you.
exactly. So that's good
Mhm.
because now And then, briefly, we're going to just talk about, the fact that you're doing the houses. I remember me and you were sitting at the
remember it?
kitchen table and stuff talking about
With a
the houses.
notebook. That's what the people need to understand. Me and
Yeah.
Shantae go way back.
Take it back to the notebook.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, I keep notebooks.
Yeah.
I have a notebook beside my bed. I
Oh,
have a
wow.
notebook on my couch. I have a notebook in my car. Like my assistant, she buys me notebooks as my gifts. Like people be like, I don't know what to get you. Girl, give me a good notebook and a pen, please. Like my vision.
Like you're writing songs or something.
No, I write my vision.
Yeah, because I remember that day you was sitting there with a notebook. And I was like, what are you doing?
You
He's
remember that? I
I'm
came to your
writing.
house.
Yeah.
You had your laptop.
Yeah,
I
and you
brought
had
a
a notebook.
notebook.
Yeah, I was sitting there with my laptop like this, and she put out her notebook. She's like,
Yes.
now what you say?
Yes.
I was like,
Yes.
oh, okay, yeah. And I'm
Yes.
typing, she writing.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, yeah,
Yep.
you sure
and
did.
Then, and then look what happened.
Yeah.
It came.
Yeah.
But,
TD Capital Construction.
Mm-hmm.
It came.
Yeah.
You have to write your vision down and make it plain.
Yes.
So you got to
Yes.
write it down and then just start, so you can physically look at it and then start checking it off. But
Yes.
with this day and age now, everything is microwave.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yes.
we're using our
Quick.
phones, we're using
Quick.
our
Yeah.
iPads and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But that's actually a good tool. So I mean, just sitting here listening to you, I don't know from where you came. I did read the book.
Oh, thank you.
I did.
Thank you.
But just to hear from where you came to now, and you're still on a journey. Although, sometimes it may seem uncertain, but I'm like Miss Go Getter. I think you really walking in your purpose. Like
I do.
you, and at those times when you're feeling low,
Yeah.
you. Which we all do.
Yeah, we all
Thank
do.
you.
But like for you, it may be a little different walk. But just keep pushing. Like I'm excited.
Thank you, Gail.
Just to even be connected with some good people and people who've been through some things, because a lot of times, you may not know what a person's been through, right?
Right.
So it's just all I'm trying to say is
You
just
look at exterior.
encouraging.
Yes.
Just sitting here talking with you, just to
Yes.
see how good God is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
And
even when I'm stressed.
that is my purpose.
Yeah.
Like even when I wrote my book, I asked God to not make this book about me.
Right.
I asked him to make the book about him, because I wanted people to read my journey. I wanted them to feel like they was with me
Right.
as they read the journey.
Right.
I wanted them to understand that I couldn't have done this by myself.
Right.
So if they understand that I couldn't do this by myself, and they look at me as a success story, then they know that God is helping them as well,
Mhm.
even during the
Mhm.
darkest hours.
Right.
Even with everything that we're going through in the world today. These babies, that thing hurt me. The babies gotten killed.
Yeah.
Oh
and,
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
so much going on, but he never let us go.
Mhm.
We always learn, later on what the lesson is.
Yeah.
And,
Mhm.
like we said, when you asked me how was my day, and I thank you for asking me that, because a lot of people don't ask people, how was your day?
Mhm.
It's okay to take a minute to ask people, how are they doing?
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
What's going on with you?
Exactly.
You okay?
Mhm.
Send an emoji sometimes. Just send a kiss. Send a,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
heart.
Because
You
I
know
know
what I'm saying?
you
don't
do
have to
that a
have-
lot too.
You
Because
know
I
I
don't woke up
do.
plenty of times and you just send me a text. I'm like,
Yes.
oh, okay. And
Yes.
then it seems like your
Yes.
text is becoming like right on time too.
And
Yeah.
I think I did that to you not too long ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
And like sometimes you got to just send, hey, I'm thinking about you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you
Mhm.
don't know what somebody's going through.
Exactly.
And it
That's
don't
right.
cost me nothing to send you a little
Mm-mm.
emoji. Or hey,
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Nothing.
about you.
Yeah.
But to respond to what you said, Gam, thank you.
Mhm.
Because I've been seeing you for a very long time, and I know that we get to meet the exterior of people, but when
Right.
you really get to sit down and talk to somebody, you really
Mhm.
you could feel genuine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
can feel it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's definitely who I am.
Yeah.
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 And then I think everyone will enjoy your book too. Although even before you wrote the book, I already knew your story because
Yeah.
we didn't sit down and we didn't talk
Plenty of
and like
times,
so I
right?
already know all the what was going on. But just to read it,
Yeah.
it was still like different. Although I knew it was like when I read and I was like, wait a minute, did she tell me that already? I was like,
Right,
but it just
right.
seemed like it was just still more.
Right.
And it was
right.
intriguing too. It kept me going, but at the same time, it was like so interesting because for me to know you now,
Yeah.
I didn't know you then when that happened, but
Right.
for me to know you now and then to know you still have the side effects from that and what you're still doing, you still pushing. Because some people don't push.
Yeah.
They'll just sit and waddle in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they want to know why they still waddling or why they still dealing with it because they're not doing something different to get out of it.
Yeah.
And and I know everyone is different. Everyone handles things differently.
Yeah.
But just think that if you would have just sat there, if your dad wouldn't have said, "Get up,"
Yeah.
you go ahead and
I
work this
wouldn't have.
job, you
Yeah.
would have still been sitting
Yeah.
there asking why
Yeah.
or feeling bad or
Definitely.
whatever.
And you have to surround yourself around good people.
You do.
Mhm,
You
you
do.
do.
People do the no new friends, no new friends. Like I don't believe in that.
I don't either.
Like I love new friends.
Yeah.
If you out there and you watching this and you feel like you could bring something to me and you feeling my vibe and I'm feeling your vibe, or we meet each other, or you've been watching me on social media, or you want to ask me a question, like hit me up, or when you see
Yeah.
me out in the street, say hi. Like that. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, the other day I was at Marshall's. I love TJ Maxx and Marshalls.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
Oh,
I
you know
love,
we was burning it up. You know we be
baby, love it.
then
Do
we'll
you
go
hear
and
me?
throw some cute shoes.
Okay. You throw a cute bag of the shoes on, we popping.
Yes.
No, but really, and I saw this girl and I was like, I said, hey, how you doing? And she was like, hey, I know you. I was like, not really. I said, but I follow you on social media and I really think you dope. You know?
Yeah.
And me and her, we spoke to each other. She was like, that was kind of
cool,
dope.
yeah.
Cause,
Yeah.
but back to surround yourself around people that are good people, surround yourself around people that are doing what you want to do, or people that are doing more than you.
Yeah.
Like, don't feel intimidated by that.
Yeah.
Go get it. Go talk to them
Yeah.
because they could pour something into you, or you could pour something into them. Y'all can help each other. Like, what Candace can do, I can't do. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
Like, I don't like responding to all the emails, or I don't like making the phone calls. So she can do that. So if that's her strong point, let her do her
Yeah.
strong
That's
point.
it.
You know what I'm
That's it.
saying? Like, a building don't hold up on itself.
Yeah.
Sure
And
doesn't.
we both in
Sure
construction.
Mhm.
It takes a lot to hold a
It
building
does.
together.
It
But
does.
I want to thank you while we on your live podcast, because you are and you have been and you always been one of those good people that I can call. And I met you on the hum too, and I can call you and say, Shantae, I need to come sit down and talk to you real quick. And I did that. Shantae invited me to her house, y'all. Set me at her table and was like, okay, what you trying to do?
As I put out
She
the
had her
laptop, she put out the
laptop. I pulled out my notebook and I was like, Shantae, I think I want to get in construction.
Right.
I was like, and then I think I want to get one of the group homes. And then Shantae was like, hold on, baby, you got to do one thing at a
She
time.
said
though."
me, wait a minute, don't forget the conference. Then she was like, then I want to do the conference. And she said, we should do
Yes.
a conference. I was like,
Right.
I don't want to talk in front of
Yeah,
people.
she was like, I'm shy. I don't want to talk in front of people. And then she was like,
I said,
"But
I'm gonna do the back.
She said, I'll do the back and I can invest. She was like, but just all of that, just stuff like that. Like, you have to surround your people, surround yourself around good people.
Yeah,
you know
do.
what I'm saying? And
You do.
it works itself out. And look, full circle. Here I am. You told me that you don't even talk.
Mhm.
And here I am. I'm on your podcast.
Which
Which
is crazy.
Which
Yeah.
is crazy. Like, come
It
on.
is. It
Yeah.
is.
Come on.
It is.
So, yeah.
And we talked about your story, and I was like, you said, I think I want to write a book. And I said,
Yeah.
write
This
the
was
book, write the
before-
book.
yep,
This
this
was
was
because
before
this
I
when
wrote
she
the
was
book.
running down the whole thing of everything.
Everything I
was
want
like,
to do.
write the book.
Yep.
And now look.
Yep. And even the construction, Shantae and I, we had thought about doing some houses together, y'all.
Yeah.
And we didn't end up doing it together, but
Right.
here I am. I got TD Capital Construction, building new construction homes. Shantae, she's doing her thing. She don't put it out there so I can tell her business, but she does her thing in construction as well. She's definitely a CEO. So, we doing it separately, but hey, I mean, in full circle, like I said,
Yeah.
write it out and
Yeah.
it's going to come to life
Yeah,
for sure.
and
Yeah.
piggyback off what you said, Tamaya, about your building your team, you have to, you have that privilege to build your village.
Yes.
Like you can't pick your family,
Yes.
but you can pick the people, your
your
friends
circle.
and your circle,
Absolutely.
because you have to be around like-minded people.
Yes.
And not be intimidated.
I always say this too. When you was a kid, you had no choice but to be friends with them because your parents moved you in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
But when you become an adult, you get to choose your friends.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You get to
In
choose
your neighborhood.
In your neighborhood. You get to choose, and you also get to build your own table.
Yeah.
And it's okay to sit at somebody else's
It is.
table.
It is.
Like, it's okay.
It is okay.
Come on, people. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay to sit at somebody else's table. Like you don't have to get all the shine. They don't have to get all the shine. Like you could build this thing together and make it
Mhm.
something. It's
Yeah.
okay to sit at somebody's table, and it's okay when it's time for you to sit at somebody else's
Yeah.
table,
Yeah.
That's it.
or invite somebody
To
to your
your
table
table.
that you built.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
people gotta, we gotta understand that, and a lot of things can get a lot further.
I think a lot of
Yeah.
people don't understand it though. A lot of people are I'll say some people are selfish and some people just don't know any better.
Right,
A lot of us
or
are a
choose
product
not
environment.
to.
Yeah.
Environment, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So that definitely about sitting at somebody else's table. As long as you can bring something to that table that can
Yeah.
enhance that table,
Yeah.
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
And you
it's
can't
about.
come to the table and you take it away. I mean, we come, everything is set out,
Right.
and before you leave, the salad fork is gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
The soup,
Yes.
is,
Yeah.
is going like, come on now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely feeling you on that. And
Yeah.
you definitely dropping some gems
Yeah. And
tonight.
you got to be
Did
able to
she?
share.
Yeah.
You do.
Like share. We share the street we live on.
Mhm.
We share the grocery store that we go in.
Mhm.
Like, we share the street that we drive on. We
Right.
share the jobs that we do.
Mhm.
Like people have to learn to share. Stop being so selfish.
Mhm.
It's okay, because what's for you is going to be for you
Absolutely.
anyway.
It is.
There's a lane for everybody. There's a position for everybody. I have someone to come clean my house,
Mhm.
and I don't feel bad about it, because
I don't either.
I don't, because this is the thing.
I absolutely don't.
Everybody got a position in life.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
by me being blessed enough to be able to feed somebody else by paying this person on their business, that's
That's
that
their business.
lady's business.
Right.
So why should I feel bad for pouring into somebody else's business when I want somebody else to pour into my business?
Absolutely right. I agree
Yeah.
with you on that one.
Yes.
So
Look,
Tamaya-
Shantae said amen.
Tamaya,
Yes.
let me ask you this.
Yes.
Two words.
Mhm.
Which one fits Tamaya? Loyalty or respect?
Both.
One word.
I can't.
yeah,
Can I
Gotta
break
be
both
both.
the words down?
yeah. Break them down.
Because you have to have respect to be loyal to somebody. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand to respect yourself, respect someone else, respect the playing field, respect the building. When you walk in the church, you know how to come dressed.
Yeah.
When you walk in the lawyer's office, when you walk in the courtroom, you know how to come dressed. You know that you could wear flip-flops in the grocery store, but you know that grandma might not let you walk in her house with with your shoes on. You might
Yeah.
gotta take your shoes
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
You gotta respect my house.
Right.
And my house is me. It's my mind. It's my body. It's my soul. It's my
Right.
spirit. It's the way I
Yeah.
act. It's the way I walk. It's how I want my son to be treated. It's everything about me. So I have to be respectable, and I expect people to be respectable to me, because I'm gonna be respectable to you, and
Right.
that's where loyalty comes from.
Mhm.
Loyalty, that's where it comes from.
Mhm.
And then once you get loyalty, that's when love comes, because
Okay, yeah.
because regardless, that I've seen however long I seen Shantae, I just seen you the other day. I ran
Yeah.
into you, but when I saw you, I ran up to give you a
Yeah.
hug, because it's loyal and it's respect to you.
Yeah.
I don't care what you've been doing or how Tina or Tracy or Gina or Tanya or Derek or Devontae, I don't know how they feel about
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
All I
Yeah.
know is you've been respectable to me.
Yeah.
Right.
You've been
Right.
loyal to me. You've been
Mhm.
my friend.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if we don't consider it friends, you've been my companion
Yeah.
or whatever. So,
Yeah.
I gotta go with both of those words.
Uh-huh.
But I would say that you have to begin with respect
Yeah.
in order to gain respect, and you gotta respect yourself. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't respect themselves.
That's true.
So that's where social media come from, and that's when the
Mhm.
depression comes from, and
Yeah.
that's where the women and young girls and young guys feel like they're not good enough, or
Mhm. Yeah, and
trying
that's a
to
lot too.
do a lot of things
Mhm.
that the social media
Yeah.
make them do, because
Mhm.
they feel like what's being posted and stuff like that is
It's
what it
real.
is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm trying to be careful with my words, but
No, go ahead.
they think that's what it is.
Yeah.
But you gotta remember that camera goes off,
Yeah.
that filter goes
Off.
off.
That's it.
And the thing is, what happens when the filter goes off? Like, who are you for real?
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, who are you?
That part right
Yeah,
there.
like, who are you for real? Because honestly, it's make believe.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like,
And I say that all the time. Like, yeah, you could, anybody can stand in front of a camera and go, Okay, I'm ready to take this picture. You got.
Yeah.
Then the whole time right before that,
You
you
really
just
sad.
finished. Yeah, you sad.
People sad out
Yeah,
here.
it
And then
is.
people
know?
get stressed, and sometimes I even say it myself though. Sometimes I feel like I can't do too much of it because I feel like it stresses me.
Yes.
It's like because I don't know if I'm stressed because I'm like, oh, that's a lie, or
Yeah.
oh, they doing this, because as humans, you do kind of like sometimes we'll compare yourself, like,
yes.
dang, they doing this, I ain't doing this, or
Yeah.
they doing this,
Ain't
and I
doing
want to
enough.
know how to
Yeah.
do this.
Right.
How can I do this? But you might not know how. Then
Yeah.
everybody don't like to, like you say, share
Yes.
or tell you anything.
Yes.
So you can hit somebody up and ask them how you do something.
Yes.
They can either ignore you or say, like, oh, I don't know, or I don't have access to it. But then the whole time they're doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
How you
you
don't know,
doing it,
though.
but you say
Right.
you don't know.
Right.
I would have just preferred for you to say,
That
I don't
happens.
want to tell you.
Listen, that happens a lot.
Yeah, and that happens
a
a
lot.
whole lot.
A whole lot.
So sometimes that would make a person, even like me,
Discouraged, yeah.
where I
Mhm.
won't ask nobody how to do something. I'll figure out myself, or I will ask someone that I know I can ask and see if they have an idea on how did they do this,
Yeah.
or whatever. But social media will have you going crazy
It
around
will.
here.
It will. And the thing is, you cannot be accessible to everything and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because everything and everybody don't have the spirit that you need to be
That-
attached
nope.
to your spirit.
Mm-mm.
Because soul ties is real.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
is.
So
Yeah.
you could be sitting at the table with somebody, and they got a whole demon, like
Exactly.
a whole demonic situation
Yeah.
riding they back. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And before you know it,
It done
when you,
jumped.
when you
It
get
done
in,
jumped.
no, for
It's
real,
trying to knock on your
Listen,
door.
when you get in the car, you sad.
Yeah.
You like,
Why am I sad for?
dang, man, I gotta. It's the first of the month. I gotta pay these bills, and then
But look, I must say that spirit
I
every
gotta-
first of the month
no,
because
but look,
I be
no,
saying
for real.
every
Like you
first
be
of the
riding
month.
down the street.
Yeah.
I mean, because just a minute ago, like you was eating ice cream and everything, you was cool, and you just sat down beside Derek, and you like,
Yeah.
dang, I gotta, or you slept with Derek last night,
Yeah.
or Tracy last night, whoever you slept with, or
Yeah.
your friends. That's
Uh-huh.
none of my business.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, when you
Yeah.
do them soul ties things,
It's
Yeah.
real.
you got to be careful
Yeah.
because for real, that monkey rides you.
Yeah.
And I tell my son, because my son is in his 20s, and I tell him real quick, everything that you think you stick in your situation in is a dark hole. It's like
Yeah.
a tree.
Yeah,
Because
you
you
don't
know
know
that
what
tree
might
trunk,
come.
when you put your hand in there, it's
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
You don't know what's
What's
coming
coming
out.
out?
Yeah.
You don't know if it's worms. Like you don't know what's coming out. Don't bring them
Maggots, anything, yeah.
grandbabies over here. I don't want them. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm just being honest though.
Yes.
You gotta be careful with who
Absolutely.
you surround yourself with. So people might be like, oh, she thinks she all of that, or she thinks she this, or oh, she this, she that. No, I don't think I'm all of that. I
Yeah.
know I'm
No,
all
that's
of
what I'm
that.
gonna say.
Yeah.
You're supposed to
That's what
know
I
you all
know.
that.
That's what I
Yeah.
know. Because you ain't go through the struggles with me.
Yeah.
Nope.
You weren't on the ground with me crying. You wasn't wiping my tears. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You wasn't doing
Yeah.
any of that. You wasn't
Yeah.
you wasn't in my struggle when I was laying on the couch because I done lost thousands of dollars because I done tried something and it
Yeah.
didn't work out. You
Didn't
weren't
work.
there with
Yeah.
me. So
Yeah.
don't be checking me like you think I'm all that. No, I'm selective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pick and
Yeah,
choose.
that's
I
it.
build my table.
That's
I pick
it.
and choose who I allow to
Yeah.
be, to
Yeah,
be
and that's
around
what we
me,
can
around
do.
my spirit. And that's
And that's
just
what
it is.
we can do. We can pick and choose. You
Yeah.
have that right. And
Yeah.
but people do that quick though, especially if they can't get to you or whatever,
Yeah.
they quick to say it.
Yeah, or you'll see him and they be like, "Oh,
Mm.
she ain't speak." I probably didn't see you, but if you saw me, why you
Well, you
didn't
didn't
speak?
speak. Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
how you know I didn't speak?
Because you didn't speak to me.
Because you ain't speak to me.
So, Tamaya, let me ask you this now. What would you say to a young girl a younger you?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
can I
Younger-
read it?
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
can.
Yeah.
Candy, can you Candy, can you okay, oh here it is. I said in my book, I also dedicate this book to the girl I once was. Girl, you have lived your life to the fullest. You have faced adversity and multitude of battles and won. You've made many mistakes and wrong decisions. You've acquired several bad habits, but through them, you have learned valuable lessons. The school of life has allowed you to understand yourself and what you want from life. You no longer have to worry about what the haters or naysayers will say about you or if they will like you because I made a lane for you. You will no longer be doubted, but instead be uplifted and applauded. Girl, we have big dreams, crazy dreams, and I'm still working to achieve them just for you. Guess what, Maya? We made it, and God gets the glory.
Wow.
That's what I said to my. That's what I said to my younger self. Sorry, y'all told me, that. But that's what I said to my younger self in my book, and that's is the same thing because I was that little girl that one of my some of my friends. One in particular of my friend's parent used to be like, you can't hang with her, you can't be with her, she grown. But what she didn't know is your daughter was grown.
Yeah.
Your daughter was outside teaching me this stuff to pop. You know what I'm saying?
So her daughter been outside.
Right. But I was looking like the grown one because parents, y'all know that y'all kids blame it on the friend that they hang out with.
Right.
But you got to know your you got to know your child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The certain things the coach used to come to me. My son played football. He used to be like, that boy got a mouth on him. I used to be like, I'd be like, no, he don't. I'm gonna check him though, because I can't tell the coach that he's right. That's my son. But when my son get home, I'm like, boy, you better shut your mouth, because I know my son, right? I know my son, right? But if somebody came to me and be like, your son tried to rape the girl, you lying.
Yeah.
Like, nah, he didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I know that might have been street, but I'm just saying, like, there's certain things about you're like, nah, like, that you know what I'm saying, that So, that type thing there. But that's what I would say to myself. Like, Tamiya, you did it. You did it. Like, even with the Jeezy concert.
Oh, yeah.
Sold out. So I had to say that because I want y'all to continue to be watching out for the TD Capital Services. So I have a couple more shows coming up. Everything is in the works and everything.
Okay.
So please check it out. Watch my page. If you don't follow me so that you can catch that out.
That's
but
good.
The girl is out here. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So
It's
how
fun.
can people throw out your social media handle so people can know how to find you?
Okay, so it's on Facebook, it's Tamiya Davis. You can also follow Tamiya Davis Inc. Inc. You can follow me on Instagram at Why Not Tamiya. That's YNOT TAMIYA. And is that it, Candace? And my website, www.tamiyadavis.com. Right? Look, I gotta make sure.
Make sure.
She had to ask the assistant
I
to
have
make sure.
accountability partner.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
So before we go, my last
ain't gotta
question
go.
to
No.
you. My last question to you
Yes.
is, who is Tamiya Davis today?
Tamiya Davis today is, I'm not trying to figure me out, but I'm still trying to figure everything out.
Okay.
Because I'm in a new season in my life right now. I'm really living for me. Like, because I've always wanted to help other people and bring people along. Let's partner, let's do this, or girl, let me help you. But now it's like, no, I got to do this for me. Like, I can do this for myself, And so I'm steady proving myself. I'm steady like clapping for myself. Like, I have this big deal on the table right now. I can't wait to blast it if God continues, but he opened the door for me that is so beautiful. I'm also working on the movie for my book. I'm working on that. As of right now, I'm working on a movie for my book. Like I said, I'm bringing some more acts here to Virginia. But I'm always me. I'm chill for real.
Yeah.
I'm really, I've always been kind of chill for real. I'm goofy. I like to laugh a lot. I like to travel. I like to shop. I like to get money so that I can continue to do the things I do.
Yeah.
But I'm God's child. I definitely have to go through him for everything. I have to, because I got to keep my sanity. I got to keep my sanity. And I'm a mother. I love my son. Like, I really love that young man. He's doing very well for himself. Like I said, he's been a longshoreman now 5 years, and he has his own business as well, a lawn service, Major League Lawn Service, that he's doing commercial lawns now. He has JB Hunt. He does like a horse ranch. Like, he's doing his thing. So yeah, that's
he
who
get
I
it.
am.
Well, the thing is,
he
get it from his mama.
Yeah. So
definitely
that's who I am.
Definitely.
That's who I am. I'm
That's
chill.
good.
Yeah.
Proud of you, girl.
Thank you, boo. I love
So, Miss
you.
Go Getter, what'd you take away from tonight?
Let's go.
Well, yes, baby. Well, I took away a lot. I took away a lot. I took away you can never give up no matter what. You keep pushing no matter what it might look like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just keep pushing, you have faith and you go for excuse me, you go for what you know. Um I took away she's fabulous.
Thank you.
She's so dope. But I always told her that you're so dope.
Thank you.
But yeah, it was just she just shared so much information. Stuff that I already knew, stuff that I didn't know, but she just shared so much information. But I just took away one thing. If you don't do anything else, never give up.
Yes, that's definitely
Keep your faith and never give up, because the younger you if you can go back and the younger you was still standing there, the younger you wouldn't know who the older you really is anymore. Like, well, who is that Tamiya Davis? Because that's not the Tamiya Davis when we were 17, 18. Who is that?
That's just like going in a grocery store and you see somebody that you used to be friends with
Mhm.
or used to know in school and you
Mhm.
didn't like them in school.
Mhm.
Like you know, you want to fight her
Yeah.
or whatever.
Mhm.
You don't like her. So then you
Yeah.
see her in the grocery store, you see her in food line, you still don't speak.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
like,
Like,
what? That mean that person
and
didn't
then
grow up.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing is like, so you really think that I'm still 16?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a woman.
Yeah.
you're right. That was a
I am a
girl.
woman.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's one. I am a
Mhm.
woman, and you're gonna
Mhm.
treat me as such.
Yeah.
right.
You know.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's.
But
it.
that means they just didn't grow up. That means
Yeah,
they're
for
still
sure.
a kid.
Yeah,
They're
Yeah,
still.
they still stuck.
definitely,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely,
So
definitely
yeah,
stuck.
but yeah,
Well,
that's
what
what I
I
take
what
away.
I took away was basically like you, Miss Go Getter. I also took away though that no matter what hand you were dealt,
Mm-hmm.
you know, she's still she's still
Dope.
she's still dope. She's still on top. Like
Yeah.
she's still rolling no matter what. So it was actually more of encouraging for me
Right.
Right.
because a lot of people look at you and they think that
They
you
would
have it
never
all
know.
together
Mhm.
and nobody know what people deal with on the mental,
Yep.
on a day to day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Right.
and just with everything that's going on nowadays,
Yeah.
and then it's a lot. But
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where you're gonna go.
Thank you.
What's next?
Can I get a role in the
you.
book? I mean, the movie.
Yeah.
Can I play?
Doing
Let
what?
me
You
play
know,
let me
she
play the
always-
girl at the party or
Let me tell
something.
you. Yes, you could do that. Because let me tell y'all, my girl here. Listen, that's a whole nother. One day you have to let me come back and let me interview you. Okay.
Oh.
All right. I need to interview her. But look, step out on faith, y'all. Believe in yourself. Even with my construction business, me building new construction homes, that was stepping out on faith. It was something I wanted to do for about 7 years. And when the opportunity came, and I jumped and
Right.
I went straight from not knowing nothing to buying a piece of land and building a new construction home and it's selling before, like every house I've built have sold before they even finished being built. So it was me being ready though. You have to stay ready. Like, and I believe that like you have to stay ready because you don't know when that opportunity is going to come.
Right.
And you have to be available to jump in when it is time to come. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I would tell everybody. Stay ready for your opportunity. It's coming.
Oh, that's a good one. Stay ready.
It's coming.
So you won't have to get ready.
Yeah.
You know
Say
what?
that.
I've been saying it for 2 years, like
Yeah.
with the podcast.
Yeah.
I was telling them like,
Stay ready. So you might get
stay
ready.
ready. So when that time comes, you're ready.
Mhm.
You might do a little polishing here and there, but for the most part,
Absolutely.
you're ready to
You're
rock
ready.
and roll.
Yes, because you never would think that you have enough money.
No.
Yeah.
You would never think that your credit is good enough.
Mm-mm.
You would never think that you're living in the house that you want to live in. You would never think that it's like it don't matter. Like even with Rick Ross, he just had that big car
Big
show.
car show,
you know,
yeah.
And they said that he had like 80, 100 cars or whatever. But
200
yeah, well, next year he was like, oh, I'm gonna have 224 cars.
Yeah.
So like even with all that money, like I'm telling y'all, it doesn't matter if you have a lot of money, a little bit of money, middle money, credit score 600, credit score 700, 800, 500, whatever. Like you'll never think that you're ready. So you have to just try it. You'll
Keep
never
pushing.
know if you don't try.
Yeah.
That's it.
You will never know if you don't try. So
That's
just
it. That's it.
like
Go out
count
there.
on you.
Yeah.
Bet on you at all times.
Count on you and just try it. And if you fail, so what?
What?
Pick it up and try it again.
Yeah.
So
Pick it up and pick
that's
it
fine.
pick it up and try again.
Yeah.
So like I said, we have enjoyed talking to you.
Thank
We
you
have
for
enjoyed
having
rocking
me.
out with you for this last hour and 10 minutes, actually.
Oh, dag, y'all.
But we always ask our
Mhm.
guests before they leave, how their time has been here on Wait Again Minute podcast.
I love it. It feels natural. It feels good. It feels warm. I am so thankful that y'all brought me here.
Mhm.
Thank you, Shantae,
You're welcome.
so much. Thank you for being who you always wanted to be. Like you always wanted to speak out, and you always was
Oh
like,
yeah.
she always wanted to speak out. She always was like,
Yeah.
well, what do you think if I do reality TV? Or what do you think if I do
Oh yeah.
this? You
we were
remember
talking
that?
about-
She's like, what if you? I said, girl, how you gonna do reality TV? And you don't like talking to nobody. So for her to be up here doing a podcast, hey, that like it shows you that when you're ready for something,
Yeah.
God's gonna open
Yeah.
that door. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed being here. Hey, Gam. Next time, Gam, I want you up here. You try to play me. I want 3 seats. But yeah, thank you so much for having me here. I enjoyed myself, ladies. Thank
No
you.
problem,
Yeah.
no problem. Any last words from you, Miss Go Getter?
No, that's it. Thank you for coming.
Yes,
I
baby.
really appreciate you coming because we
Yes.
was trying.
Yeah,
I think we
listen,
started
when
at the beginning. Yeah, when we
when
first
y'all
started.
first started, y'all tried
See,
to get
but
me here.
when-
Oh, wait a minute. Let
my
me tell y'all
schedule
that
was
story.
busy. My
Mm-mm.
Timing is
Mm-mm.
everything.
Let me tell y'all that story right quick before we go.
Tell-
So
put the
when we
camera on
first
you.
started, I said, Tamiya, come on the podcast. And she said,
Mhm.
how many people up there?
Yeah, it was COVID.
How many? Yeah, she
It
said,
was during COVID.
do I have to come in?
Yeah, it was during COVID.
I
was
I'll
scared of
let you
COVID.
know.
I was scared. I was scared. I was scared of COVID.
She
Y'all, when
said,
COVID came,
I'll let you
I
know.
was like a deer. I was like, they ain't gonna get me. Like, what the government did? Like, I'm scared of death. Y'all, I was stuck in the house.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm so I was scared. Remember
She
that?
said,
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
okay, Tamiya.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yep.
else.
Then the second time my
Yeah, it was the
scheduling. I think
schedule.
I was
Mhm.
traveling with Coco or
Yeah,
something.
it was the scheduling.
And then this time, so I'm here. Y'all
But
ain't-
the
I'm
thing
not so
is, you're
scared
here
anymore.
now.
Yeah.
That's the
Yep.
thing.
Yeah.
You're here now. This
got
is when
my
you're supposed to
shots.
be.
I got my shot.
This is when you're supposed to be here. So
That's
yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Thank
That's it.
you.
That's it.
Thank you, y'all.
But again, we definitely appreciate you.
The VA, what's up?
And we are
Thank you,
here.
everybody. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody that has poured into our businesses.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you for everything. That for real, seriously. Like I'm talking about, like, cause
Yeah.
I'm talking about when I say coming out, I was talking about like the Jesus show and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like that was sold out.
Yeah.
Like that was like I want to say that. Please give me 2
Yeah.
seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you. For real, y'all, from the bottom of my heart. I'm so genuine. Thank you so much for spending your money to come and do something of a dream of mine that I just want to step out. That was another situation.
Mhm.
I just wanted to try it. Like I
Yeah.
wanted, I stepped
Yeah,
out and I
because you've been
just
talking
wanted,
about that for a
I've been
while
talking
too.
about doing a show forever, right?
Mhm.
So I just stepped out on faith and I tried it and it worked. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So thank you, everybody that bought my book, made it a bestseller. Like, thank you, everybody, for everything that you pour into Tamiya. Follow my women's group as well called Inspire Her. I have like 17,000 women in a group
Oh,
on
wow.
Facebook. It's called Inspire Her, and every day I post something inspirational. So make sure my cousin Keisha and I, we have that group. So make sure you follow that group and
Mhm.
follow me on Instagram. Help me get my followers up. Uh, why not Tamiya? And no, seriously, but thank you, and thank you y'all for having
Yeah.
me. Thank
No,
you.
welcome.
I
no
took all the
problem. But
time.
before we go, I have to
Yes,
ask you
I
a
love
question
this.
about the show, right?
Yes.
When you were saying about, okay, how was it working with being that was your first show, right?
Mhm.
But you had a partner. How was that working with somebody who had a little experience and you had
Right.
not too much?
So I hired him. I
Okay.
hired D'Antoine's company to do booking. His company
Okay.
does booking. And he does a really good job at what he does, So I
Okay.
hired his company to do the booking
Mhm.
for Jeezy. And then he also helped me book the Nova. And
Okay.
it worked well because he was very good at what he did. And I was good at what
Mhm.
I did. And it just meshed and it worked well. And hey, we had a sold out show.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That was
That's
good.
another thing where I said sometimes you got to open up the table because what I didn't know, he knew, and what I
Right.
did, what he knew, I didn't know, that type of thing. So yeah, like he does booking and he's good at what he do. So
Yeah.
it worked itself out. And hey, I had a sold out show, TD Capital Services, baby. So keep looking
the
for
rise.
that.
On the rise.
Yeah.
And we have a couple more coming. And it's gonna be crazy. And y'all better come out and
Oh,
sell
yeah,
out
definitely.
again.
Definitely,
And
definitely.
hell, wait
yes,
again a minute there
yes.
for the media.
Oh yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Don't forget that.
Periods.
Yeah. We won't let her forget that because it's on
Periods.
wax.
Yes,
It's on wax.
yes.
As
I
everybody
got
say.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
Look, Candace will make sure.
Yeah.
Y'all hit up C3 Concierge. Yes. Yes.
So with
thank
that being
you.
said, we will check you guys out
Thank you.
next Tuesday and Thursday. And let's go get it.
Nope,
Any
that's
other
it.
words?
Mm-mm.
Somebody, any other words?
No,
Mm-mm.
thank
Speak
you.
now, forever hold your peace.
Thank you.
Okay.
Love, peace, and soul.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.